Now, are they breathing?
No, ma'am. My wife and my son.
And what is your name?
My name is Alex Murdaugh. Please hurry. Neither one of them's moving.
This was one of the most talked about criminal trials in the recent US history. Also one of the most closely watched and perhaps the most followed one. This was a case that shook America to the core and lay bare the machinations of the human psyche. This trial turned a small town murder into an international talking point of intrigue and deceit, with millions of people transfixed with it during its live broadcast. And the story had two of the most powerful tropes: murder and millions of dollars that went missing. In this video, we bring to you the case of Alex Murdaugh that concluded yesterday and that generated widespread interest not just in the US but also in other countries. But before that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Oneindia. The trial of Alex Murdaugh reached a conclusion yesterday with a jury finding him guilty of killing his wife and son. He was convicted on 4 counts: the murder of Maggie Murdaugh, his wife, the murder of Paul Murdaugh, his son, and 2 counts of possession of a weapon during a crime. He has been handed 2 consecutive life sentences, and each of the life sentences handed down to him will apply to the rest of his natural life, and they will be consecutive. He still faces another trial in the future over numerous financial crimes. Let's look at this particular case history in the order of importance. First, who is Alex Murdaugh? Richard Alex Murdaugh is a now disgraced South Carolina lawyer who was once a personal injury attorney, belonging to a well-established legal family in the Low County region of South Carolina. His family served as district attorneys in their region for decades until 2006. His family dominated the legal landscape in the southern part of the state for 100 years. In other words, he belonged to a family of hotshot lawyers. So, what happened that turned life of Alex Murdaugh upside down? In June 2021, his wife Maggie and son Paul were murdered at the family's Colleton property. According to the investigators, 22-year-old Paul was shot twice with a shotgun, while 52-year-old Maggie was shot 4 or 5 times with a rifle. It all began on the night of June 7, 2021, when Alex Murdaugh called 911 to report that his wife and one of their 2 sons had been shot to death. These killings had begun to be known as the Murdaugh murders. Mystery had shrouded the killings as more than a year passed without a suspect or motive being identified. Then, on July 14, 2022, Murdaugh was indicted on 2 counts of murder, with the authorities saying that he fatally shot his wife with a rifle and his son with a shotgun. Throughout the trial, he had maintained his innocence in the killings, and his lawyers had said before trial that he was looking forward to this opportunity to clear his name. His investigation and cross-questioning by the police spawned several more investigations into 3 previous deaths in proximity to the family, and he was also charged with concocting a bizarre scheme to stage his own suicide to look like a murder after being pushed out of his law firm. This trial about him staging his own suicide to look like a murder will start later. Mr. Murdaugh had told the authorities initially that he had discovered the dead bodies of his wife and his son near some dog kennels at the family's isolated home in Islandton, a rural hamlet about 65 miles west of Charleston, and that he had been at home with his wife and son earlier on the day that they died. But phone records indicated that he left to visit his mother around 9 p.m. The prosecutors have said that he killed Maggie and Paul before leaving and then tried to create an alibi. Throughout the ensuing investigation, he drew scrutiny for attempting to obstruct any potential prosecution against his son, which only raised more questions about other suspicious deaths to which he had ties. During the trial, he initially professed his innocence, but then admitted to lying to the police about his whereabouts at the time Maggie and Paul were fatally shot. In a reversal in his testimony, he finally placed himself at the scene of the crime. He had been held in jail in South Carolina since October 2021 on felony counts of fraud after millions of dollars went missing from a settlement involving the death of a housekeeper. During this murder trial, almost 75 witnesses were called. Prosecutors said Murdaugh shot and killed his family members to distract from his financial crimes. Although he claimed on the witness stand that he would never do anything to hurt Maggie and Paul, but he never, outside of a plea of not guilty, directly denied killing them. Murdaugh feared that his years of theft of multi-millions from law partners and clients, his addiction to painkillers was about to be exposed. So he killed his wife Maggie and son Paul as he wanted to buy time to work things out. This was all about the trial of Alex Murdaugh, which concluded yesterday. We hope you would like this new video. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.